and I just get dab into this from a job perspective, professionally wise, it's important, I'm assuming, then, for not necessarily with your job, but the industry, to realize those links and connections that families have and that kids have with their parents or with their family, that the club can really big into.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, that is so much of what we do. I mean, I was just talking about this with my team this morning. Like, our core job is about connecting people not only kind of to us and our brand and our team, but to each other through their love of our brand. Like, we talk about that all the time here at the Bears. Like, we don't want to have this sort of like one-way relationship with our fans. We want it to be a multi-way kind of web of relationships, right? We talk about the Bears family, not necessarily the Bears fan base. Like, everyone is part of the Bears family. And I think that that's the thing that's so beautiful about sports, is that like, it's not just about your relationship with the team or with the athlete or that specific person. It is about all of the interconnectedness that you get from that. Like, you can, just be I can be in a Bears shirt and, in Oregon or something like that, visiting friends. And I get people who will just, fist bump me with a bear down on the street. Like, I love that. I have no idea who that person is, but like, those just small moments of connection that you get through affiliation or love for a team is just so fun.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it magic for me. Like, I've been in Chicago, being a Bears fan, speaking to who I am, that's fine. You expect Bears fans there. But I've had a scenario where I'm a big Munster rugby fan, and I've had myself in New Zealand, and a taxi driver asking me, like, in 1978, Munster beat the All Blacks. Can you explain to me what you were doing? It was almost like I was playing. And I love that link and connection and that feeling of homeliness and a connection in it. From a commercialization perspective, looking at it from a brand perspective first, before you look at the club, the brands that not necessarily you deal with, but what would be an optic view from you of brands, should really look at that element as well.
Yeah.
Compare that, though, to when you first joined into sports, not necessarily the Bears, but got involved with sports. Do you see there's a different feel now towards how brands look at their links with teams, or how do you feel on that?
Absolutely. And I think that, I mean, I've only been in the sports industry, I guess, for maybe eight years or so. And before that, I was in kind of, consumer packaged goods and things like that. But I've seen the evolution even just in the 8 years that I've been working, particularly in the NFL, but also just looking at the sports industry in general, right? Like, for so long, it was like, oh, hey, if you're associated with a big brand or you're a brand and you're associated with a big sports team, right? You just want to put your logo on stuff, right? Like, you just want to have your logo in the stadium. You wanted to have it on the video board. Now you want to just put your logo on a social media post or something like that. But really the most powerful programs and the best ones are when you can think about, what is the brand trying to accomplish in terms of their objectives, their business goals, and how does that tie in with what, the team is doing and who their fans are and why they care about their teams and why they care about their relationships with each other, and how can you tap into those moments. And so I think, like, you're starting to see brands that recognize that, like, that's where the power is, right? Like, you can put logos on things and you get impressions, sure, but it's that engagement. It's that two-way relationship where I'm taking an action on that impression that I'm seeing that is even more powerful and is, going to reinforce my association of your brand with the team that I care about and the team that I love. I think a really cool example, a really simple and really cool example of this that we've been doing, I think maybe last season and this season, Molson Coors, so Miller Lite is our biggest kind of, one of our biggest partners, our beer partner. And we have a moment early in the game where our sideline reporter, and it's always an alumni, it's like during a game break, will do a cheers to the game, right? Cheers to the fans, cheers to the game. And that's just like such a nice moment where like everyone in the stadium can like raise their Miller Lite and, do a toast, connect to this alumni in the moment, connect to the game, connect to the people that they're with, all, 62,000 people in the stadium, but it's tied in very specifically to Miller and wanting to get more beers in people's hands. So like, programs like that, like I've seen the evolution of brands towards that. And those are the things that are going to be more successful for them.